In January of last year, the city of Miami retained the Jorge M. Pérez Metropolitan Center at Florida International University to prepare its first affordable housing master plan. The Metropolitan Center has a long track record of doing affordable housing studies for county and municipal governments in South Florida. The George M. Pérez Metropolitan Center is an applied research and training institute that provides policy solutions to public, private, and nonprofit organizations in South Florida. The Metropolitan Center is a leading urban think tank in South Florida and an applied research unit in the School of International and Public Affairs at Florida International University. Since 1997, the center has accumulated an impressive track record of local, regional, and statewide public opinion and other types of research. To discover more of our research and published reports, I provided a link to our website as well as a direct link to where the Affordable Housing Master Plan is published. The principal investigator on the project was Dr. Ned Murray, Associate Director of the Metropolitan Center, and I, Nika Zyryanova, was a principal analyst of the project. From the beginning of the study, it was abundantly clear the master plan would not only be focused on the city of Miami critical affordable housing needs, but also the preservation of the city's cultural diverse neighborhoods that have been experiencing rampant gentrification. Hence, the plan calls for fighting for the soul of Miami. The FIU Metropolitan Center was challenged to take on full scope of Miami's affordable housing issues, including land use, development types, new construction, preservation, financing, and management. The one-year planning process included GIS visualization of demographic data, land use, property values, housing conditions, and identification of vacant and redevelopable property. While Miami is not the most expensive housing market in the nation, it is the most unaffordable because its housing costs are high and incomes are lower than in comparable cities. The dynamics of affordability crisis in Miami is driven by several fundamental issues, like low income occupation and earnings, high income disparity, rapidly rising home values, sale prices and rents, rapid decline in the supply of affordable price housing units, and decline in home ownership. As a result, the city has been losing more than 1,200 affordable housing units every year. The city's best development target is to improve the market share of housing units affordable to households earning 80% of median income and below. To significantly reduce this growing housing affordability gap, the city needs to rebuild its share of these units to 20 to 25% of all housing units by 2030. The total investment required to reach this percentage will require somewhere between 4 to 6 billion of total investment over the next 10 years. Throughout the process, we relied on geographic information systems, mapping, and analysis to turn raw data into compelling portrayals of communities in the city of Miami. Utilizing GIS, we created an essential platform with detailed information on every city property, publicly and privately owned, including vacant lots, which led us to identify areas of affordable housing opportunity. The GIS platform provides a tool that will allow the directors and planners of the various departments to visualize where the opportunity lies that align with the priorities of the city residents and appointed leaders. The platform not only collects information on the property, but also enables the city to mix and match objectives with policy incentives and propose new ones in order to create impactful outcomes. We used visual depictions of data to illustrate a number of variables. Community attributes such as housing tenure distribution, housing density concentrations, access to transit, essential retail, healthcare, and education. And other important attributes of the study were household incomes and income disparity. At almost $34,000, Miami's median household income is only 59% of the U.S. median income, and only 73% of Miami-Dade County median household income. Miami has one of the highest income gaps, between households at the top and bottom of all cities in the United States. Household income levels have direct impact on housing affordability. The fundamental measuring stick of housing affordability is the percentage of income a household pays for the housing cost. Miami is distinguished from the rest of the United States in three ways. 1. Its excessively high composition of cost-burden households. 2. Its rising composition of cost-burden renter households. And 3. Its rising portion of severely cost-burden households. With 57% of its household cost burden, Miami may be the most unaffordable city in the United States. We also looked at the property values to identify those that are economically underperforming. In other words, properties that are undervalued relative to the rest of the market, usually due to despair, foreclosure, extended vacancy, or homeowner falling behind in maintenance. Economically underperforming residential properties are those whose per square foot value is less than 1/5 the median value of all other properties in its land use class. Based on analysis using GIS platform, over 155,000 total residential properties are economically underperforming, or 9% of all residential properties in the city of Miami. These layers of data mapping helps users to see the numbers in visual terms and thus helps municipalities, foundations, housing advocates, and others make the case for targeting investment in the ways that improve access to opportunity. Further, we zoomed into each commissioner district and its neighborhoods, identifying opportunities and unique challenges for each geography. By zeroing in into each district and using its own median household income, we identified the exact need district by district. Due to GIS capabilities, there is a huge demand for affordable housing units, both owner and renter, in each of these constituents. The number for each district and tenure represent the gap between number of families in different income categories and shortage of units. Given map overlays multiple layers of data, including opportunity zones that have been a popular investment vehicle for the past 3 years, extremely cost-burdened renter households, and vacant land by its ownership. The availability of land and units for development and redevelopment will be a crucial factor in building the city's affordable housing inventory. An analysis of vacant property indicated that vacant properties available and suitable for development for new housing are in short supply within the city. Out of a total 193 million square feet of vacant property in the city, only 43.7 million square feet, approximately 1,000 acres, are zoned and suitable for residential uses. Of this inventory, only 5.1 million square feet of vacant property are owned by government entities. The city land inventory is insufficient to support the scale required for this plan. The city owned 35 acres of property zoned and suitable for residential development, which under current zoning could support the development of just over 3,100 new units. Selecting the geographic targets for future affordable housing preservation and development balances need with opportunity. Summarizing all data layers presented in the previous slides, we're able to answer the question, where the greatest opportunities lie for affordable housing within the city. There are T5 and T6 zone areas that allow highest density in the city, which potentially can create multifamily, high-dense, affordable housing developments. RED program that provides significant opportunity for mixed-use and mixed-income units. Single-family areas that are crucial for preserving the fabric of neighborhoods and keeping people in place. Limited and cautious development of accessory units, repurposing commercial land, and utilization of TOD sites create tremendous opportunity for affordable housing development. In terms of the numbers, this is how allocation of affordable housing units can play out on vacant or underutilized land and through conversion of existing properties. In GIS, we calculated potential development and redevelopment opportunities of affordable housing based on height, density, and lot restrictions, satisfying zoning requirements. Once again, the greatest opportunities are identified in T5 and T6 corridors, single-family homes, and TOD. Geographically targeting the city's future affordable housing development efforts will be crucial to its success. This map takes into consideration the city's demand, supply, and policy framework. Important factors are being considered and highlighted the priorities such as neighborhoods where incomes are the lowest, cost burden is the highest, and threat of gentrification and displacement is the highest. Properties and neighborhoods both suitable for and already zoned for residential development, especially high-density development zoning, and density and parking bonuses available under the city current zoning. The availability of low-cost land, both with structures and vacant parcels. Proximity to existing county public housing projects targeted for redevelopment and expansion under the RED program. Proximity to existing and planned public transit. The availability of larger vacant property parcels suitable for development of affordable multifamily developments, and neighborhoods either already in economic development zones that include financial and development incentives, including federal opportunity zones and census tracts qualified for the use of federal and state tax credits. In the plan, we propose the creation of Affordable Housing Finance Corporation that will be a guardian of the plan and a proposed Affordable Housing Innovation Fund. The corporation will focus on financing affordable housing development and rehabilitation, relying on the talent and skills of the area builders, developers, realtors, managers, owners, and nonprofit to build and rebuild affordable housing in the city. The Affordable Housing Innovation Fund is a layered fund which combines multiple sources of capital from across different sectors, public, private, and philanthropic social impact investment, into a single revolving loan fund for nonprofit and private affordable housing developers. To showcase the plan, we prepared a short video clip.
When people think of Miami, they think of South Beach, sports, and all of the beautiful beaches. But our city is so much more. We have diverse neighborhoods and a rich cultural history that makes Miami the most dynamic and diverse city in North America. Unfortunately, Miami has become the most unaffordable large city in the United States. Our communities are losing over 1,200 affordable housing units a year due to rapid appreciation and new developments that most people can't afford. If we continue to go down this road, Miami's unaffordability will impact our economics, businesses, neighborhoods, and our entire way of life. 57% of all Miamians pay more for housing than they should. The city's plan is to meet Miami's housing demand head-on. If our affordable master plan is adopted, the city will spend the next 10 years reinvesting in affordable housing with the goal to create over 32,000 affordable homes. The plan will insert $4 to $6 billion in the Miami communities that need it most. The plan will create a new Affordable Housing Finance Corporation, preserve and develop a wide range of affordable homes across the city, streamline the affordable housing process for all Miamians, create new businesses and jobs for all local city residents. We are now creating the first fund to help city residents borrow and invest in our city. We will be the first American city to ever make such an historic investment into affordable housing. But this investment is unprecedented and needs your support. Please visit www.affordablemasterplan.com for more information and to sign up for up-to-date media related to the Affordable Master Plan.